Hi, fourth graders. Today we are on your next 2 pages, and we are on Module 3, Lesson 8. And you'll notice we've done some skipping around, and that is quite all right. And we are going to be using a new multiplication strategy called partial products. And so again, we have 2 pages for today. And we're also going to say this is day 1. So when you get your table of contents, remember you can pause anytime. Go ahead and flip back to your note pages. And I am on page 30 in mine. So you will notice we are on M3L8 notes, day 1, page 1. Remember we made 2 pages for today. And our objective says I can multiply using the partial products strategy. So we've gotten really good, 4th graders, at using the area model. Today, we're going to learn partial products, which is very similar. The only thing that's different is we have taken away the square boxes where we draw our picture for area model. So we're going to think about the same methods, and we're going to show it with our numbers here. So our first problem says 324 times 2. So we're going to get into bigger digits, and we're only multiplying by a single digit with our partial products for today. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to look out here, and my step 1, so I'm going to put a little 1 in this circle in the corner. And I'm going to take 2 times 4, which is in the ones place. So when I think about 2 times 4 ones, I know that is 8. And because I'm in the ones, I've written it in the ones place. Now, my next problem says I'm going to take 2 times 2, but I'm thinking about the place value, and those are 2 tens. So I have 2 times 2 tens, and I'm working on this next line now, and I know that that is 4 tens, which means I need a 0 here, because 4 tens is the same as 40. Okay, my last one, I'm going to take 2 times 3, and it is in the hundreds place. So I have 2 times 3 hundreds, and because I'm in the hundreds place, I'm going to write my answer here, and 2 times 3 is 6. But again, I need to make sure I put placeholder zeros here. So I have 2 times 4 ones, 2 times 2 tens, and 2 times 3 hundreds. Now, just like I did in my area model, I'm going to add them up. So in my ones, I have 8. In my tens, I have 4. And in my hundreds, I have 6. So my final answer, and I'm going to draw a box around it, is 648. Now, friends, notice that it's called partial products, and I see a root word in there. I see part. So I'm taking each part and multiplying them before I add together. That's why it's called partial products. Okay, so we're going to try another one. And I want you to remember this hint. We have to think about the place value and how many zeros we need to make sure we include. So I'm going to look over here. Now you'll notice that our parentheses out to the side are just a little bit different. And we're not going to use our place value words like we did on this one. We're going to tell us what we're multiplying. So in my first one, I'm going to take 3 times 1. And I know that 3 times 1 is 3. And I write that here because I'm working in the ones place. Now my next step is I'm going to do 3 times 5. But my friends, you have to be careful. I want you to think, what is this really? It's not just a 5, it is, if you said 50, you are correct. So 3 times 50. Well, I know that 3 times 5 equals, 15. And then I stick on a 0, so that makes it 150. Okay, so coming back to that 0 trick, just like we did at the very beginning of our module. Now I have one more, and my 3 is going to come all the way over to this digit, But it's not just an 8, it is really an 800. So I'm going to think, oh, 3 times 800, but I know I can find my basic fact of 3 times 8. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's 24. I also see 1, 2 zeros. So one thing you could do, friends, is I need to add my 2 zeros here first, and then 8 times 3 was 24, and I can write 24. Notice how every digit, it gets its own box, so we can stay all lined up. And now I'm going to add. So in my ones place, I have 3. Tens place, I have 5. Hundreds place, 5. Thousands is 2. I'll put my comma and box my answer. So I have 2,553. Woo! That's a lot of steps, my friends. Let's flip over to our page 2, and we're going to do 2 more problems. So again, I have it ready for me that I'm going to do 2 times something for each place value. So we're going to fill those in. So I start here in my ones, and I say 2 times, you're right, that's just a 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to scoot over, I'm going to uncover the next digit. Now I'm going to say, oh, 2 times, you're right, it's not just 1, it's 2 times 10. And I know that 2 times 10 is 20. I'm making sure every digit gets its own box. And I'm going to uncover that last one, and I know that 2 times 200, not just a 2. But I can look at my basic fact and say, oh, 2 times 2, it also needs 2 zeros. So I'm going to write my 2 zeros. And then my basic fact, 2 times 2 is 4. Now, 4th graders, I'm ready to add. In my ones place, I get 6. In my tens place, I have 2. And my hundreds has just that 4. My answer is 426. We've got one more to try. And I want you to notice, 4th graders, I have taken away that first number for you. So this is when you're going to be able to show me that we know what we're multiplying in each line. So I have 642 times 5. So I'm going to cover up these digits first, and I'm just going to focus here. So my first step is that I take 5 times 2. And I know that 5 times 2 equals 10. So I need to come all the way over to the tens place. Okay. Then I'm going to uncover, and I'm going to say 5, it's always this digit. This guy gets to pass out every number. 5 times, is that just a 4? No, my friends, it is not 4, it's 40 because it's in the tens place. So I know it's going to need an extra 0. I see that right here. And then I have 5 times 4. Wow, I know 5 times 4 is 20. So now I need to get each digit in its own box, and that is 200. Don't let that trick you, even though there's 1 0. I'm going to uncover the last one, and I have 5 times, not just 6, but 600. So I'm going to look, and I see, oh, there's 2 extra zeros. I'm going to stick those on in the ones in the tens place. And then I'm going to look at 5 times 6 as my basic fact. And if I'm thinking about 5 times 6, I know that is 30. So we get those extra place values. Now I'm ready to add. I have all of my parts completed. My ones is 0, my tens is 1, 2 in the hundreds, and 3 in the thousands. 1, 2, 3, wee. And I'm going to box my final answer. So 4th graders, you just went all the way through learning how to multiply with partial products. We will continue and have another day of review with our partial products next time. Great job.